Zach Plesac has been the best player on this team so far. He's been the best pitcher at least. He has started 9 games. He is 6-0 on the season. 62 innings of work, only 15 earned runs. Unfortunately, he is like only striking out half a batter an inning, but you know, when you have a 2.15 ERA, a 1.1 whip, and 6 quality starts, along with 2 complete games, one of those being a shutout, a 1.4 WAR, you do not need to be striking guys out. Only 4.3 K per 9, but he's not walking very many batters, and he's not giving up any home runs. Zach Plesac has been very good. He's somebody that I definitely want to get a look at here in this episode. Something that I noticed that is actually surprising to me is we are the 5th best team in baseball as far as ERA goes. We're going to be taking on the Astros when we see Zach Plesac, but they are in first with a 2.99 ERA. And then dead last is the Washington Nationals with a 4.9. Let me know if you guys think that is like, those aren't very accurate. Like as far as real life goes, I feel like the ERAs are very low in this game, if that makes any sense. I feel like I'm seeing way too many guys that have, you know, 3 point whatever ERA, and 3 point, you know, blank ERA is a very good ERA. So it kind of feels like the numbers are just a tad bit inflated, if that makes sense. Well, we beat the Astros 8-1 in the opener in the series here. 2 hits for Brandon Drury, 2 for Mickey Moniak, and 2 for Michael Stefanik. Michael Stefanik has been great. A home run for him, 2 doubles for Mickey Moniak, and Griffin Canning goes 9 innings. It's a complete game, not a complete game shutout, nonetheless, but 3 hits allowed, only 1 earned, 5 strikeouts. See what I mean? Like, I'm interested to go to team stats here, and I'm going to look at something. It just feels like that's a lot of complete games, you know, and as far as complete game shutouts, we have 5 total shutouts. That just feels very inflated. I'd have to go ahead and look at like real life MLB stats to see, you know, how accurate that is, but at the moment, there's not been that many games played in baseball, so, you know, I'm not really going to get an accurate representation. But here in like a couple weeks, I'm going to go ahead and look at that. There's nothing that I can do to change it if it is inflated, but just kind of something I was thinking about. We are dominating as far as pitching goes, tied for first in complete games and tied for first in shutouts. But without further ado, we are going to hop into a full game here against the Astros. I was thinking about making it a player lock, but we haven't played a full game in a while, it feels like. But I do want to take us up to the All-Star break and the MLB draft in this episode. We're not going to do that today, but I am going to take us up to that point. But we're going to get one full game in, and that is going to be this game here against the Houston Astros. It will be a quick count game, so just be aware. Taylor Ward has been quite cold here. Only a 208 average and 3 home runs. We're going to sub him out for Michael Stefanik. I want to get a look at him. The guy seems like he's on a hot streak at the moment. So we're definitely going to get a look at Michael Stefanik here. He's going to be batting in the 8 slot, and then we'll have Zach Neto batting 9th. Here we are in Houston on the road. This is one of the best stadiums in baseball. It's up there with PNC Park. But this is our division rival. They're 31-17 so far in the season. We beat them in the opener. If we can win this game right here, we could potentially walk away with a series win. I believe it's only a 3-game series, so that would be nice. A sweep would be even better, as this is a surprising start to this season here for the Angels, in my opinion. We're going to be taking on Hunter Brown. I didn't expect us to be a playoff caliber team, but, you know, about 50 games into the season, and we are above 500. Our pitching is dominant, and our hitting has some pretty good strong spots, but a couple weak spots as well. I'm still yet to decide on what I want to do as far as the trade deadline goes and how I want to approach that. But it's going to be a decision that's actually kind of hard to make, surprising. I mean, believe it or not. As Mickey Moniak stands in with a 1-1 count and he swings and misses on the knuckle curve. I'm trying to get better as far as being patient at the plate. You know, I don't want to be swinging that stuff outside of the zone. I don't want to be striking out as much as I, you know, did in the last video or the first couple of videos. As it's a 2-2 count here to Moniak. And he's going to hit this one back up the middle. It's a pretty good hit ball, but it's right to the center fielder as Mickey Moniak flies out to start the game. Luis Rengifo, 16 RBIs last month, a 261 average. He's actually been, you know, one of our strongest hitters, and he's got good pop in his bat. He's not known to hit righties particularly well. He hits lefties better, but he is getting the start today as Nolan Shanuel is going to ground this one on to first for out number 2. See, I just like the idea of quick counts. It makes the games go by quicker. It takes the long drawn out aspect out of the game as Mike Trout drives this one into left field, and it is gone. Mike Trout, it's the first home run we've hit over the wall in the series so far. We did hit one with Mickey Moniak, but of course that was an inside the park home run. Mike Trout, his 8th home run of the season. If I can get better at hitting, I'm going to have a lot of fun playing with this guy. Still don't know what his plan is. I don't know if we're going to trade him at the deadline this year, trade him at, the end of the season or possibly next season. I don't know what the plan is yet, but I know that I got to enjoy the time that I have with him while I have it with him. Maybe we build around him and we, give Mike Trout the team that he never had the opportunity of having in LA. As we take a 1-0 lead here against our rivals, the Houston Astros, as Brandon Drury's going to hit this one on the ground to third for the final out. A solo shot from Mike Trout gives us a 1-0 lead. That felt good to finally get my first homer under my belt. And it was a pretty good inning of hitting right there. I didn't strike out, and that's really the only thing you can ask for at the moment. But here's the guy that we came to see. It's Zach Plesac, 6-0 on the season, a 2.15 ERA, 30 strikeouts. It's a very low strikeout rate, but also a very low walk rate. As he's already ahead in account 1 and 2. It's Corey Julks leading off here for the Houston Astros. This one's hit into left field. We got Stefanik playing out there today, and he is there to make the play for out number 1. As here is Jeremy Pena now, 1-1 count to start him off. A 186 average so far this season. Not a great start for him. We are 5th in the AL wild card at the moment. Is this a potential playoff team? That's something that, we'll have to find out as the season goes on, as I don't imagine we're going to have that many more episodes here in season 1, as O'Hoppy's there to catch the pop-up from Jeremy Pena for out number 2. Like I said, this episode is going to take us to the All-Star break and the draft. So the next episode will be the draft, and probably nearly to the end of the season, there's probably going to be this episode and 2 more in this season, in season number 1. And then after that, we might slow it down a little bit as Stefanik is there to catch Altuve's line drive. It's a perfect inning from Zach Plesac. But I want to make sure I'm able to get through some seasons. I don't want this, to take way too long for season 1 and season 2 as Logan O'Hoppe hits this one to right center. It's going to get down for sure. O'Hoppe has a home run. The second one I've hit in this game, back-to-back innings. Logan O'Hoppe goes opposite field to make it 2-0. It was 100 miles per hour off the bat. I knew it was going to get down. That's his 9th home run of the season so far. In the last episode I mentioned it. He is a, young rising star here for the Angels and in the MLB period. I plan on having a lot of success with Logan O'Hoppe throughout the series, as he is going to give us a 2-0 lead. 1-1 count here to Anthony Rendon. He's still batting .282 so far this season. I've been extremely pleased with the way he's playing. We're not seeing much progression as far as ratings go. He's just too old for that at this point in his career. But, I am liking the success I've had with him. Obviously, we have him for the rest of this season and next season. He's pretty much untradeable at this point, so he's probably going to be here regardless. So we just got to get as much success out of him as we can. As here's the full count to Anthony Rendon. The pitch in, it's going to be ball 4 as Rendon will walk. Hunter Brown is struggling so far here for the Astros. That's his first base runner he's allowed, though. His previous 2 hits that he had given up were home runs, as here's Luis Rengifo. Not known for hitting righties very well, but he's still got a little bit of pop in that bat, as he is foul. Late on the knuckle curve as he hits it foul. As Rengifo is going to hit this one on the ground, it is going to be another foul ball. As Rendon doesn't have a ton of speed over there on first, so we're not going to be looking to steal in this situation. Here's the 1-2 pitch, as Rengifo is going to foul it away. Probably should have been strike 3 with that, plate discipline. Here's the 1-2 count again. Rengifo fouls it away again. Looking at the pitches that we're getting from Hunter Brown here, it's been 3 knuckle curves. He's loving that pitch at the moment. Here is the 1-2 again, and it's the knuckle curve again. You got to think, is he trying to set Rengifo up for something else? He's done the knuckle curve 4 times now. Let's see if he throws it again. Here it is. He does again, and this one's going to be fielded over at first, and the double play not going to happen as Rendon slides into second safely. Hunter Brown just gave Luis Rengifo, I believe, 5 knuckle curves in a row. Maybe he knows something we don't. As here is Michael Stefanik, a .361 average. This guy is having an excellent start here at the big league level. He can play everywhere. He's what we need at this at the major league level as he hits this one fair down the line, and we're running Rendon. He's going to be thrown out at second. Rendon should have been running from the start, and that's going to be a fielder's choice for Michael Stefanik. Otherwise, he might have been safe because that's going to be an extremely tough play over there for Alex Bregman. We can watch the play again. I mean, why is Rendon not running? I think if Rendon's running here, it's going to be a race to the bag. You know, Bregman not known for being a fast guy either. He's moving. He had to stop. I don't know why Rendon wasn't running on contact. You know, it is what it is at this point. Stefanik probably would have been thrown out at first. But Rendon just slipping and stumbling, I don't get it. So what could have been runners at, at least third is a runner on first with 2 away. As here is Zach Neto, who is struggling so far this season, and his struggles continue as he pops up to Altuve to end the top half of the second. Here's Kyle Tucker to the plate now here for the Houston Astros. One of the more dangerous hitters in baseball is here Stefanik charging it, and he's not going to get there to make the play. It's a leadoff base hit for Kyle Tucker. Remember, Zach Plesac does not give up home runs. He's giving home runs up at a very low rate. So just look out for that as Tucker's got some speed over there on first. Look for him to potentially steal. Or I guess he's got 45 speed, but he's got like 80-something steal. 89 or 69 steal. I can't tell what that number is. 2-2 count now to Alex Bregman. Can we get a strikeout with Plesac? No, we cannot, as Bregman will foul it away. Here's the pitch from Plesac. It's going to be on the edge for ball 3. Here is the 3-2 count. Tucker on first. Here's the pitch as Bregman's going to foul this one away. Hit that one 106 off the bat. We'll do the 3-2 again. Here it is. Bregman fouls it away. Logan O'Hoppe wants the 12-6 curve. We have not thrown it yet. Here's the pitch, and it's hit on the Rendon as he's going to catch the line drive. I was trying to throw it on the second. Rendon finally does. I didn't know if that one hit the ground or not. Rendon probably could have let it hit the ground, and then we could have turned 2. As here is Diaz. He's got some pop in his bat. 265 average, and he just tied the game up. Moniak's drifting back to the wall, and he's not going to get there to make any play. It's 2-2 as Zach Plesac gives up the home run. It's unfortunate, but, you can't, you're going to eventually give up home runs. I mean, there's nothing you can do to prevent it. It's going to happen. So how does Plesac respond after giving up the 2-run bomb to Yanir Diaz? He's going to respond by getting Mauricio Dubon to line out to Anthony Rendon, as here is John Singleton to the plate for the Astros. One thing I'm noticing is Yordan Alvarez potentially injured, and then strike 3 from Plesac. I had no idea there were 2 strikes, but I've noticed Yordan Alvarez not in the lineup for this game. Is he injured? We'll have to check on that at the end of the game. He may just be getting a day off, as Mickey Moniak is up to lead us off here in the top of the third. He is 0 for 1 on the day. It's a 3-2 count upcoming by Hunter Brown. Here is the pitch as Moniak's going to hit this one to right field, and this one is hit hard, and it's gone. Mickey Moniak, the 3rd home run for this Angels ball club. It's 3 solo shots as Moniak will give us the lead back. That is Moniak's 7th home run of the season. That one got out in a hurry, 110 off the bat. If he hit it any lighter, it probably wouldn't have gotten out, as Mickey Moniak's a guy that I'm extremely excited about. He's somebody I think can have a very good future here for us in this series. He's somebody that I'm not really interested in, letting walk any point in this series unless he just asks for too much money. But I definitely like him on this team. He's pretty good defensively, and I think he's got the skills to be a leadoff hitter for a while for us. Here is Nolan Shanuel now. He's 0 for 1 as well, as Hunter Brown hits this one. I mean, the knuckle curve from Hunter Brown as Shanuel hits it back up the middle. Hunter Brown is throwing a lot of knuckle curves at the moment. Mike Trout up again. He saw a 4-seam fastball. It was 1 pitch and it was gone. The knuckle curve is the 2nd best pitch for Hunter Brown. He's thrown it a lot in this game. Let's see if he throws it to Trout here. 2-1 count. He does throw it, and Trout will swing and miss. 375 home runs for Mike Trout in his career. Looking to hit 400 here in this season, as it's going to be a 3-2 count now to Mike Trout. Here's the pitch from Hunter Brown. It is going to be fouled away by Trout as he snaps his bat in half. We'll do the 3-2 count again. It's the 53rd pitch here for Hunter Brown as Trout lifts this one high in the air to left field, and it's not going to get out this time. But that was a moonshot. Had that one gotten out, that would have been an old school Prince Fielder type of moonshot. as they do get Mike Trout out finally, as Brandon Drury will step up to the plate now. I had to look and make sure that I'm not playing on a lower difficulty. I am still playing on Hall of Fame difficulty. It's not the hardest. I think Legend is maybe the hardest difficulty, but it is the second hardest. It's obviously given me a challenge in the first 2 episodes as I've just struggled to hit. I'm finally getting into somewhat of a rhythm, and it's working out quite well. 1-2 count here to Brandon Drury. He's 0 for 1 on the day, and he's going to hit this one on the ground. Jeremy Pena is there. They're throwing a first, and he is out. As that's going to end the top half of the third. 3 innings, and it's been 3 solo shots. It's been Logan O'Hoppe, Mike Trout, and Mickey Moniak joining the party as we have a 3-2 lead. Jake Myers to the plate here for the Astros as he's going to hit this one. Oh, what a play by Trout. I shouldn't have dove there. I decided I was going to do it. And once I decided I was going to do it, I realized Mike Trout is not even anywhere close to that ball. Luckily, he's got a very good defensive ratings in this game. Only thing that would just made it look flashy, as it is going to be a runner on first here to lead off the 3rd inning for the Houston Astros, as Zach Plesac's going to get Corey Julks striking out on the slider. It's his 2nd strikeout of the game so far, as Jeremy Pena is back up to the plate. Let's see if his struggles continue as he hits it on the Rendon. On to Rengifo, on to Shanuel for the double play. Yep, Jeremy Pena's struggles continue. Zach Plesac is through 3rd. Pretty decent outing so far. It's been 1 missed pitch, and that has really been the difference in the game so far. Here's Logan O'Hoppe, 1 for 1. He's got the solo blast. It's a 3-1 count. Here is the pitch from Hunter Brown. He may just look to walk him this time, as he does. Rendon walked in his first at-bat, as he is up with Logan O'Hoppe on first. Here's the pitch from Hunter Brown. Rendon's going to foul this one away. Here is the 1-2 count. Rendon hits this one on to Jeremy Pena, looking to turn to Altuve. They do. As there's another knuckle curve from Brown. They're hanging pitches. That's really what they are. You know, if we start taking advantage, which we have multiple times in this game, if we start taking advantage of those hanging breaking balls, I mean, that's right down the middle. He's lucky Rendon didn't lift that one out. As here is Rengifo, and his first AB, he saw nothing but knuckle curves. What does Hunter Brown give him this time? A fastball right down the middle to end the 4th. The top half of the 4th. As here is Jose Altuve to the plate here. He lined out in his first AB. He hit the ball hard to left, just didn't have enough carry, as he has 1,087 runs in his career, as Shanuel can't make the play at first. I don't know if they're going to roll that in air. Probably not, since it was hit 93 off the bat. But, you know, looking at it, it's probably a play that Shanuel should have made. As here's the 1-2 to Kyle Tucker. He's going to hit this one foul. Here's the pitch to Tucker, and he just gave the Houston Astros the lead. I was hesitant to throw the slider there. I left it right over the heart of the plate, as Zach Plesac has given up his 2nd 2-run blast of the game. You know, I'll tell you one thing. He's given up these leadoff hits, and when you give up leadoff hits, they could eventually come back to haunt you, and that's what's happened again in this case, as Kyle Tucker just gave the Astros a 4-3 lead, as Zach Plesac's having his first, you know, struggling moment out there on the mound this season. As Bregman's up now, and he's going to hit this one in the right. It's another hit for the Astros. And here's Yainer Diaz now, as he was the guy who hit the first home run here for the Astros. Like I said, he's got a lot of pop in his bat. He's one of those guys that he's going to look to take you yard every time he has an opportunity, and he does it again, as that's his 2nd home run. 116 miles per hour off the bat. Zach Plesac probably at the end of his time in this game. He was 6-0 leading up to this game. He may be looking at his first loss on the mound. That one was hit out of the park, 437 feet, as we're going to finally get somebody up and warm here in the bullpen. I'm going to go with Jimmy Herget and Jose Quijada, as they're going to both get up and moving. The problem is Zach Plesac doesn't even have an out here in the 4th inning. He needs to make some quick work of the rest of these guys, and then maybe he can get the 5th as well. If not, as this one's crushed to left center field, what is going on with Zach Plesac? As this one's going to get down, and it's going to be a double for Mauricio Dubon. Zach Plesac was 6-0, leading up to this game. 2.15 ERA, a 1.2 whip, and all of a sudden, he is just having a rough outing. You hate to see it. He's a guy that I thought, whoa, this guy could be a Cy Young potential guy, even though he doesn't have the strikeouts to do it. But now all of a sudden he's having himself a rough outing. 28 pitches so far in the inning. As here's Jake Myers. I'm pretty sure he led off the inning, if I'm not mistaken, as Rendon's going to throw on the first. He still makes the play. I didn't know what was going to happen there, and I don't really know why I went to throw to second. I think I maybe just hit the wrong button. Luckily, Rendon makes up for his little mistake at the start, as here is Corey Julks up now. 1-2 count upcoming. The pitch from Plesac as he gets the strikeout. He will see the 5th inning, but after that, his day will be done. He's given up 8 hits, but he's given up 3 home runs, and they have all been costly. And I'm pretty sure they've all been 2-run home runs as well. As here's Michael Stefanik. He's actually 1 for 1, so they're going to actually roll his first AB as a hit. That's kind of interesting. I figured that Alex Bregman would have made the play had he not thrown on the second. Regardless, Stefanik 1 for 1, as he's going to see a 2-2 count here. The 75th pitch upcoming from Hunter Brown. Here it is. 2-2 count. Stefanik's going to hit this one to shallow right. First baseman is going to be there to make the play for out number 1. Here's Zach Neto now. 2-1 count. His struggles, they've not been good this season. Really going to work out, what's limiting him. I don't really know. Could just be that he's so young and he needs more experience as he goes down swinging on the slurve. I mean, that's Hunter Brown's first strikeout, so I think I'm getting a lot better. Still don't want to look that silly, as it was a knuckle curve right down the middle to Mickey Moniak last at-bat. I'm not going to... Well, it is the knuckle curve again, as this one's hit. The catcher is there to make the play for the final out. Hunter Brown finally starting to settle in after giving up solo shots in the first 3 innings. The last 2 innings have been very good. 85 pitches so far from Plesac. This will probably be his last inning unless he gives up another hit. He'll probably be pulled from the game at that point. This one's hit on the Neto. He backhands it, throws on the first for the out. As Zach Plesac picks up the first out of the 5th, but Jeremy Pena is now 0 for 3. He continues to struggle at the plate to start the season out. Here's Jose Altuve now. He's 1 for 2, and he's going to hit this one up the middle to Trout for a base knock. Here's Kyle Tucker. He is 2 for 2 with a single and a home run. The only thing I can say right here is just really don't give up a home run. That seems to be the theme, and it's gone again. Kyle Tucker, his 2nd home run. So Kyle Tucker and Yanir Diaz, both with 2 home runs. Both, holy crap, Kyle Tucker has 17 home runs so far on the season. That has to be leading the AL. That probably has to be leading the whole MLB. What a ridiculous number so far this season. Zach Plesac, this will be his last batter of the game. I'm going to give him 1 more. I didn't expect it to be a first pitch line out. Probably shouldn't pitch to Diaz with Zach Plesac. We're going to do it anyway. The 100th pitch upcoming. As Diaz hits this one, he is 3 for 3. Just a rough outing. I really didn't expect it. I expected Plesac to go out there, give up a lot of soft contact, when in reality what he's done is he's given up very hard contact. As Dubon hits this one to right, Moniak's there to make the play. Zach Plesac will finish 5 innings. Probably could have taken him out there. There was really no reason to leave him in. Kyle Tucker, after that home run, should have taken him out. They didn't do any more damage afterwards, but still, 8 runs, 11 hits through 5 innings. He is on pace to take the L in this game. Just a rough outing. Hopefully he can bounce back in his next one. As Nolan Shanuel is up to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 so far today. Pitch to Shanuel. He's going to hit this one to Altuve. He rolls it over for out number 1. Here is Mike Trout. Saw a lot of fastballs in his last at-bat, as J.P. France is now in for the Astros. Here's the 2-1 count to Trout. Way early on that one. 2-2 count now. I'm really struggling to see the ball now for some stupid reason. As Trout's going to ground this one on to Altuve for out number 2. Altuve getting a lot of work out there today. And now you got Brandon Drury to the plate. He is 0 for 2, as he's just early on the cutter. Had he sat back on it just a tad bit longer, it probably would have been over the left field wall. As Drury's going to hit this one on to Jeremy Pena. It's a tough play from the outfield, and he got Drury. What a play from Jeremy Pena. He may be struggling at the plate, but he's not struggling from the field. He's been very good today. So here is Jose Quijada 1 1/3 innings pitched so far this season. It's a 27 ERA. So that's the whole reason I wanted to get a look at him here, is because he struggled. This may be his like audition to stay at the big league level. If he sucks in this outing right here, I might as well go ahead and send him down. Even though I'm pretty sure he's already been sent down one time this season. As John Singleton at the plate here. He's going to foul away the 1-2 slider. Quijada, changeup. Misses for a ball. 2-2 count. Upcoming. We're going to go with the slider again here as Quijada's going to get the strikeout. John Singleton, maybe the only guy in this Astros team that doesn't have a hit so far today. Jake Myers has a hit. He is 1 for 2. Here's the 1-1 count. He's going to foul this one off. Jose Quijada has not gotten a right-handed hitter out so far this season until now, as he gets Jake Myers swinging on the circle change, his second strikeout. This is more like it. We need to see more of this from Jose Quijada, not those 27 ERA outing. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Corey Julks, and he goes down swinging. Jose Quijada with 3 strikeouts in the 6th. Does he get the ball for the 7th is the question. As here is Logan O'Hoppe. He's still 1 for 1 on the day as he watches the circle change miss for a ball. 2-1 to O'Hoppe as he just misses the fastball. Tad bit late on it. But that right there is a pitch that you look to drive every single time. Here's the pitch. O'Hoppe fouls away the slurve. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from JP France, and O'Hoppe's going to foul away the fastball that time. I don't think he was ready for the fastball. Very late on that one. We'll do it again. Here's the 2-2 count as O'Hoppe stays alive as he fouls away the circle change. 2-2 count. O'Hoppe fouls away the slurve. I mean, he's standing in there, and he is battling 8 pitches this at-bat. Here is the 9th pitch upcoming as he watches it for ball number 3. 3-2 count upcoming for the young stud, Logan O'Hoppe. Blasted a home run earlier in the game. Here's the 3-2 count. O'Hoppe hits this one to right center field. This one is hit pretty well again, 97 miles per hour off the bat. But it's to the deepest part of the ballpark, and it's going to be caught for out number 1. As here is Anthony Rendon now to the plate. That's a very tough pitch to hit if you decide to swing. Perfect pitch from JP France. 1-2 count. Make that a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch from France. And it just misses for ball number 3, full count. As Rendon is going to go down swinging on the 12-6 curve. I don't think we had seen it up at this, to this point in the game from France. But he throws it there, and Rendon was just not ready for it. As here's Luis Rengifo, 0 for 2 on the day. As we take a look at his attributes, 55 contact, 54 power against righties. He's a lot better against lefties. But even though his attributes are better against lefties, I've struggled to hit lefty on lefty. Doesn't matter what the attributes say. It's just something I've struggled to do. As here's the 2-2 count to Rengifo. Make it a 3-2 count as Michael Stefanik is on deck. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Let's see what Luis Rengifo can do here as he's going to foul away the cutter. He hits this one very hard. He's got to straighten it out a little bit. 3-2 count. Rengifo hits this one to right field. Not enough pop against righties, or that one probably would have left had it been a lefty pitcher. I am going to give Jose Quijada the 7th here. Let's see if he has some success. He was very successful in the 6th with 3 strikeouts. As long as the energy is good, I'm willing to continue pitching him here in this game. We're down by 5. I don't want to, waste any more arms. As that one should have been strike 3. I don't know what the umpire was looking at there. As here's the 2-2 count to Pena. He's 0 for 4. Man, I don't really know what's going on with him, but 4 strikeouts for Jose Quijada. Can't judge a book by its cover. As Jose Altuve with 2 hits hits this one to left center. Trout's got speed, and he's not going to get there to make the play. Had we taken a better angle, we might have been able to make it there in time. As here's Kyle Tucker again. He has 2 home runs. He's 3 for 3 on the day. At this point, just getting this guy out would be a success. As this is going to be another base hit for Kyle Tucker. Mickey Moniak is going to come up firing to third. Altuve will stay put at second. We're going to go ahead and take a mound visit here. I want to see if we were to take him out, would we want to go with Jimmy Herget or Tyler Anderson? I think I'm going to warm up Tyler Anderson just due to the fact that he's got more stamina. As Bregman's going to lift this one into center. Trout is there to make the play for the second out. Here's another guy that's 3 for 3. It's Yainer Diaz. Can we get him out here, or is he going to be 4 for 4 just like Kyle Tucker? I mean, these guys are battling out for player of the month in this game. As here is Diaz. He fouls away the 1-2. I'm going to go with a circle change here. 1-2 count, and it's going to miss the zone. Pretty much a waste pitch. I'm going to go with the slider here. This could be a dangerous pitch as Diaz is going to foul it away. 33 pitches from Jose Quijada. Here's the fastball, and it's fouled away. Fastball again here from Quijada. It's hit to center. Trout is under it for the final out. Jose Quijada with 2 strong innings out of the bullpen. He allowed 2 hits, but he had 4 strikeouts, and he got out of it without any damage allowed. As here's Michael Stefanik. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He may look to be an everyday player if guys like Zach Neto and Taylor Ward continue to struggle. I know that Michael Stefanik doesn't have great attributes, but he's getting it done so far this season. 1-2 count upcoming. It's going to be a ball. Here is the 2-2 count. Stefanik watches the circle change, miss for a ball, as Zach Neto is due up next. 3-2 count. Stefanik swings and misses on the slurve. That one would have been ball 4. Good pitch from J.P. Francis. Here is Zach Neto. He's 0 for 2 on the day. 1-1 count as Neto is going to miss the fastball. I mean, that's a perfect position. Good swing timing, and you just fouled it off. I mean, there's really nothing that I can do to help you out as he whiffs on the 12-6 curve. If we were to send Zach Neto down to AAA, does it help his, progress at all? Does it help develop him any better? As Mickey Moniak lifts this one to deep left field. This one's going to be gone. His second home run of the day. That's 3 players on both teams combined that have multi-home run games. Mickey Moniak hits this one opposite field. He just muscled that one out. I'm really excited to have a guy like Mickey Moniak on this team. I already said it earlier when he had his first home run, but this guy is drilling these balls. His first one was hit the right field on a line. This one hits over the left field wall on a line. I mean, just crushing these balls. Pause. Just really knocking the cover off of him. I don't know how to really say that without sounding sus. As Nolan Shanuel 0 for 3 as well. He's struggling at the plate. Shanuel, known for his contact and his vision at the plate. He probably shouldn't be striking out as much as he probably... I don't really know. Has he struck out that much this season? I don't know. But Mickey Moniak, though, 2 home runs. 13 hits for the Astros, only 5 for us. We've had 4 solo shots. We've only had 1... It was Michael Stefanik who had the base hit. Probably shouldn't have been ruled a base hit, so it should be 4 hits, and they should all be solo home runs. As here is Mauricio Dubon to the plate. Jimmy Herget will come in for the Angels. Jimmy Herget wearing the stirrups out there, as this one's going to be hit in front of Ohapi at the plate. He throws on to Shanuel for the first out. As here is John Singleton. He's 0 for 3 on the day. That was a terrible pitch from Jimmy Herget. I don't care what your attributes are. If you leave a breaking ball over the heart of the plate, you hang it. Anybody can take advantage of it. As this one's hit to right field. Moniak there to make the play up against the wall. We may be looking at giving Mickey Moniak a big contract here in a couple of seasons if he continues to play the way he has this season so far. As Jake Myers hits this one on the ground for a base hit. Another hit for the Houston Astros. There's Corey Julks. He's also hitless in this game. There's a couple players here for the Astros that are hitless. Jeremy Pena is one of them, so if he comes up, we'll see if we can get him out again. He's not going to. Corey Julks will hit this one in the air to Nolan Shanuel as he is going to fly out, and he'll finish his day 0 for 5 as we need 4 runs here in the top of the 9th. As we look back at Trout's solo shot in the top of the first. I would love it if he could do it again, as he's 1 for 3 on the day. Seth Martinez on for the Astros, as that one's in there for a strike. 1-2 count to Trout, as this one is going to be a ball. Just missed the zone. 2-2 count to Trout, as he's going to foul this one away. 2-2 count. Trout hits this one to left center. This one's going to be down on the track off the wall, as Mike Trout's going to cruise into second with a double. That's a great start to the inning. If we want to pull off the comeback, it starts with Mike Trout. His 14th double of the season so far. He's been healthy. That's what I've loved to see out of Mike Trout. He's played a lot of center field, though. Maybe we'll look to make a change and have him DH a little bit more. I really don't know what the plan is as far as that goes, but as long as he stays healthy this season and shows that he can play every day in the field, then we'll allow him to continue doing that. As here's Brandon Drury, he's 0 for 3 on the day so far. I don't know why I swung at that. I expected it to break down. It did not. That's going to be a 1-2 count upcoming. Here's the pitch to Drury as he fouls away the fastball. Here's the pitch to Drury as he's going to hit this one on the ground. It will advance Trout to third, but that's all it's good for. Just a very bad at-bat for Brandon Drury there. For myself, really, as Logan O'Hoppe stands in. He's 1 for 2. Here's the first pitch to O'Hoppe, and it's in there for a ball. Technically, I guess that's the third pitch to O'Hoppe. Got to get used to quick counts, but a 2-1 count upcoming. Here is the pitch from Martinez. It's in there for a strike. 2-2 count. Martinez delivers, and it's going to be strike 3 at the knees. O'Hoppe is frozen on the slurve. As Anthony Rendon stands in, he's 0 for 2 on the day. Can he get himself an RBI, though? I don't know. Here's the hit from Rendon. It's hit deep to left field at the wall. The Astros are going to win this one 8-4. 6 hits for your Angels on the day. It was Mike Trout and Michael Stefanik with normal hits, either a single or a double. And there were 4 solo shots, 2 of them by Mickey Moniak. But the big story was Kyle Tucker and Yanir Diaz, who both had 2 home runs, and they were both with runners on base. 8-4, the Astros win. Zach Plesac will take his first loss of the season so far. I was pleased with the way our bullpen came in and shut things down, but other than that, it was just a rough outing for our best pitcher. So I'm going to give Joe Adell some opportunities against right-handed pitchers, as Taylor Ward is going to take some time to just kind of get used to hitting somebody he favors a little bit more, which would be a lefty pitcher. Actually, I'm going to take a look and see where Taylor Ward is struggling before I make that change. So Taylor Ward has a 170 average against righties here, but a 344 average against lefties. So yeah, that's definitely the right move. We'll have Taylor Ward bat against lefties, but as far as righties go, I'm going to give Joe Adell some opportunities there as I'm going through to try and fix our lineup a little bit and put the best players in the right position to be successful. So Livan Soto, one of the guys that we've highlighted in this series, it wasn't a big highlight, but he has fractured his forearm. He'll be out for 1 to 2 months. We'll go ahead and put him on the 60-day IL as it is time to adjust scouting again. We are 26-26 now. Like I said, the plan is to get through the rest of June, and then I don't know what day the draft is on, but once the draft is here, that's when I would finish off this episode. So I'm a little bit skeptical of Abraham Geronimo. It's a hard word to say. You guys should practice saying that, because if you ever have to say it on the fly, it's a pretty difficult word to say, I cannot lie. And that just rhymed. Okay, Abraham Geronimo, 55% scouted. 59th on our board. I'm going to give him 1 more week just to see if that helps. And then looking at the pitchers here that we discovered, we're going to try and find them and see if Fernando Guillen, I don't remember if that's somebody we've already talked about. I actually can't remember. He's 22 years old. The potential looks pretty solid. Looks like he'll be pretty MLB ready fairly quickly. From Pennsylvania, I don't know if we've talked about him again, but he is not ranked on the MLB board, but 13th on our board. If I find anybody else, I'll let you know. Michael Schaefer, I know we've talked about for sure. He's younger. He's 18 years old. We got to get him scouted up here. And then obviously, actually that is it for guys that we've discovered. Fernando Guillen and Michael Schaefer. Definitely need to scout these guys up here. We need to find out more information about them, because they're definitely guys that I would be interested in drafting. So I'm going to go infielders I'm not going to go catchers here because we have Logan O'Hoppe. I just don't think that it's necessary. I'm going to go infielders, and I'm going to see if we can't discover any infielders out of the international region. If we're not finding any success, then I'll go ahead and do the East region. But I'm going to try the international region here to start. If we don't find anybody, we'll adjust accordingly. So we just wrapped up the month of May. As we took over at this point, we won the first game of the series, and then we didn't win another game until the Yankees 5-4. Other than that, we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games to finish off the month. We are now 27-30, probably a come down to earth moment. I don't think anybody expected that, but it is just the course that the season has taken. As we're taking a look, Christian Savolda really struggling. Travis McGregor also really struggling. Warner Blakely, though, at the AA level, a 284 average, driving in 14 runs over 81 at-bats. Somebody to keep an eye on potentially. Willie Calhoun, a little bit older. Probably not going to see him at the big league level this season. Yvonne Armstrong, though, out of the AA level, relief pitcher. Only 5 1/3 innings. There's really not much you can say about that. Jose Soriano, we sent him down to the AAA level. That's what I would like to see out of Soriano. I'm going to take a look at the lineups and everything, make sure it's all looking good, and then we'll continue simulating. Zach Neto's average going up a little bit. Not much, to be honest, but Nolan Schanuel, 229 average, only 3 home runs. Is it time to allow somebody else to get an opportunity? Michael Stefanik, can he play first base? He can. Is it time to let Michael Stefanik get some everyday opportunities? You know what? I think it's time. Michael Stefanik will be our everyday first baseman against lefties. I made that seem like he was our everyday first baseman not like forever. That's not the case. Luis Rengifo, though, 270 average. It's hard to find where I want him to hit. He's been so good. I don't want him at the bottom of the lineup. He's batting 5th here against lefties. Rendon batting 270. Logan O'Hoppe 276. Mike Trout 286. Brandon Drury, he's an interesting one, though. He's not even slugging that well. He's actually struggling a lot, to be honest with you. Maybe it's time to move him down in the order here. Rengifo, let's see how Hicks, he's batting 250, not too bad. Taylor Ward, he's still struggling at the moment. He is 30 years old now. And Michael Stefanik, I'm going to go ahead and move him up to 7th. And then off the bench, is there anybody that's hitting particularly well? No, Matt Thaiss is probably, somebody we need to consider sending down. As Mickey Moniak, he's doing very well. 503 slug, a 806 OPS. I'm liking the way Mickey Moniak's playing. Nothing needs to change there. As a matter of fact, I think we might as well just continue giving him everyday at-bats. That's what we're going to do moving forward here. And we'll keep him at, I don't really know where I want to put him. I think it'd be better to have Taylor Ward here and then Moniak, then Stefanik. Warner Blakely is doing pretty well here at the AA level on 121 at-bats, 289 average. And then Caleb Ketchup is another guy to think about. The potential, though, not really a fan of that. Looking at Kyron Paris, he's struggling, 212 average. Not really liking that. Hunter Dozier, on the other hand, he's hitting pretty well. He is 32 years old, though. Chad Walsh is going to be getting called up to the big league level to be our backup catcher, though. That's something that I don't even have to think about. Matt Thaiss is just not, doing what we need him to do. Willie Calhoun's doing pretty well as well. He is 29 years old. Adrian Placencia, I did bring him up to the AAA level due to an injury. He's going to get some at-bats up there. If he does well, he may stay. So Matt Thaiss is going to be sent down to the AAA level, and Chad Walsh is going to be brought up to the major league level. Scary thing is Matt Thaiss is now on waivers. He's got to go through waivers now. He's not a terrible catcher when you look at his overall age and potential, but what he's given us this season, he's not very good. Just something to think about, because he's not going to be, on this AAA roster until he clears waivers. We continue to struggle as we just lost to the Seattle Mariners. It's time to do some scouting here. I'm also going to keep an eye and make sure we don't see Matt Thaiss get claimed by anybody. Taking a look at the waiver wire here, there are some guys on here. Nobody interesting. This guy is not an Angels player. He is an A's player. So we wasted our time by continuing to look at Abraham Geronimo. He is not very good. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to change him out, but we're also going to look and see, did we find anybody else? Actually, no, it wouldn't be these guys. It would be infielders. So we'll take a look and see if we found any infielders here. James Ridgway is 128th on our board. So we did find 2 first basemen. Tom Lee's the other one. And we found Matt Hyde, a third baseman. That's all we found. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and change this to Eastern region in the infield and see if we can't find anybody there. Abraham Geronimo, time to change him out. Alejandro Rodriguez from Massachusetts is going to be the next guy that we look at. He's 18 years old. We're going to continue scouting these Eastern pitchers here for a couple more weeks, and then we'll see if we can't find some infield prospects out of the East region. Brandon Drury has 2 home runs already. Do we want to hop in? No, thank you. Maybe we'll hop in one of these series, but this episode is pretty much going to be a lot of simulating. We played a full game. That's something I don't plan on doing in every episode, just because I want to get through more seasons and cover more ground. But it looks like Matt Theis did go ahead and get through waivers. That's what I like to see. Zach Humphries is who we called up. We're going to go ahead and just send him back down to the Class A level. And we'll see if Chad Wallach can give us some more success, as our backup catcher. Carlos Estevez here trying to close the game out, as he is going to be able to do it, I believe. Let's see. Did he do it or did we go to extras? We did go to extras. He blew the save. Robert Stevenson thankfully came in. 2 home runs from Brandon Drury. This guy's going on a tear at the moment as he's up to 11 home runs. We were just talking about how his slugging is not so hot. It is going up to a 426 slugging. Mickey Moniak, what's his at? 480. Mike Trout, just doing some casual Mike Trout things. The home runs aren't there at the moment. Anthony Rendon still batting 280. Luis Rengifo, 267. Joe Adell. I don't know what to do with our left field situation here. Maybe we want to take a look at Aaron Hicks instead of Joe Adell. Taylor Ward, he's still 209 average. Nolan Shanuel, average going up a little bit. Zach Neto continuing to struggle. Chad Wallach, he is 500. What about Michael Stefanik? How is he doing? A 351 average and 57 at-bats. 28 years old, and he's making the most of his opportunities at this point in his career. He's getting his first opportunities, really. 50 games he played in combined 2022, 2023, and now he's taken advantage of the opportunity that's been given to him. Anthony Rendon will be out for a couple of days. We'll go ahead and keep him active. We'll see who will take his spot. Taylor Ward, he can play third, so he's going to be getting some opportunities there. Aaron Hicks cannot play third, so we'll have to find... We really don't have anybody to play that position for him. Michael Stefanik can play third, so that's what we'll go ahead and do. Jordan Adams with a broken shin. He'll be out for 1 to 2 months. We'll go ahead and put him on a 60-day IL. It's so hard to micromanage all of this stuff. So time to set scouting assignments again. We continue to struggle, only 2 wins here in the month of June. As I've been recording for a little bit over an hour, so I want to try and pick up the pace a little bit here. Alejandro Rodriguez looks like he's 28th on our board. I'm going to continue to scout him just because I like what his contact looks like. Fielding looks decent. Power is just probably never going to be there. As we discovered 2 infield prospects out of the East region, we'll go ahead and look at them. One of them is Zeke Adline. He looks terrible. And then another one is Sidney Thrasher, a third baseman, 21 years old. He would be a project guy. His defense looks really good. Probably not interested in him. So we're going to go ahead and do we edit this and maybe go back to international? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go international again. And then from there, I'm going to start looking at some infield guys or outfield guys. Actually, that's what I'm going to do first. So give me 1 second. So I'm going to edit this. I'm going to go outfield international region. See if we can't find anybody there. I haven't been doing very much, defensive scouting. Reason for that is because we're probably going to take, you know what? I don't know. We'll see. We're just going to bank on the fact maybe we can discover some prospects here. We don't have a lot of defensive players or offensive players, I should say, scouted at the moment, except for really the top guys. That's about it. As Jose Quijada's in, bases juiced here in the 7th with 1 out. He is probably not going to get out of it, as it looks like we lost. Anthony Rendon is healthy. He'll come back now. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the lineups, do some more micromanaging. Yay. Nolan Shanuel's average is going up to 248. I'm liking what I'm seeing now. That's more like it, as we're going to get Michael Stefanik playing here at first, though. I still want, because Shanuel doesn't really hit lefties that well, so I do want Stefanik to continue playing there at least for a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and put Rendon there. Taylor Ward batting a little bit better, 215 average now. Stefanik, Moniak, we'll go ahead and do something like that. Zach Neto still struggling at the moment, though. So our young stud needs a triple for the cycle. It's Logan O'Hoppe. We're going to hop in here and see if we can't get Logan O'Hoppe the cycle. I'm pretty sure we've already had one of these scenarios before with Logan O'Hoppe, and it didn't work out quite well. We're still a pretty good pitching team, it appears. That's actually one thing that I didn't look at is our bullpen and starters to see if there's any need for changes there. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to hit for the cycle here because I struggle against sidearm pitchers. It's Ryan Thompson on the mound here for the Snakes. Hoppy 3 for 4. He's been one of our MVPs so far this season. He's going to hit this one on the ground for the final out. We're going to see if we can wrap this game up. I actually really like those uniforms that the Diamondbacks have. The red with the blue, kind of a weird combo, but I don't hate it, as we do come away with the victory. We win this one 7-1. Reed Detmers with a dominating performance. We'll take a look at our starting pitchers because it just feels like we have way too good of ERAs. It just doesn't feel right to me. It feels a little weird. Sandoval with a 3.5 ERA. That's excellent with a very low whip. Reed Detmers a 4.02 ERA. Whip kind of high. Not great. 2-7 win-loss record is pretty bad as well. Griffin Canning, though, excellent ERA, pretty solid whip. Zach Plesac, excellent ERA, pretty solid whip. He's 7-1. Chase Silseth, he's been average. He's our weakest pitcher when you look at ERA, but his whip isn't that bad. I'm actually very pleased with our starting pitchers. Tyler Anderson out of the bullpen has not been that good. Jimmy Herget has been pretty solid. 2.7 ERA, 1.25 whip. Luis Garcia is just not really getting any innings. There's probably, he's just not getting any innings. Robert Stevenson's been pretty solid. The whip is low, ERA pretty high. Maybe he's just been pretty unlucky. Jose Quijada, the ERA is coming down after starting out at 27, but he's definitely struggling. Andrew Wantz, very good relief pitcher. Matt Moore, only 11 innings, so the setup role is practically useless. So I'm going to go ahead and just swap these guys out. I'm actually going to put Quijada right here because we'll see if Luis Garcia will get more innings. And Carlos Estevez, and only 17 innings pitched. He's got 13 saves. Just feels like he's not getting enough innings. I mean, Andrew Wantz has been the go-to guy out of the bullpen. Tyler Anderson's getting a lot of innings as well. We'll see if there's anybody at the AA and AAA level looking to make their way up. Caden Dana, really struggling. And then Barrett Kent is our other top prospect. He's struggling as well. Ben Joyce, though, is dominating. He's up to a 64 overall. He's going to get his opportunity at the AAA level before too long, as he's been very good out of the bullpen here. He can pitch over 100 miles per hour. He's going to get the call up very soon, probably one more month away. I'm going to go ahead and bring Jose Soriano back up to the big league roster. He's been very good at AAA level. So I'm going to go ahead and move him up, and I'm going to send down Jose Quijada just because he's really struggled, and I'd rather opt to get Jose Soriano back up there and see what he can do again than keep a guy like Quijada there who's just not been very good. So for Soriano, we're going to go ahead and put him somewhere. Robert Stevenson, I don't really want him not getting innings. I'd really want Soriano to be the guy that doesn't get innings. Andrew Wantz, we'll see. I mean, the game should be smart enough to give guys innings that are good pitchers. It shouldn't be dumb, but you never know. It's a video game. AI can be a little silly sometimes. 1-0 loss against the Diamondbacks. Luis Garcia, all of a sudden he's on the mound now. We have a 2-1 lead, and we're going to hang on with that 2-1 lead, and we're going to get a victory as we lose the next game 3-7 against the Giants. So Alejandro Rodriguez, we kind of found out what kind of player he is. More like a second round selection. Contact's not bad. Vision discipline's going to be good. And then defensively and speed wise, he could be pretty solid, but more than likely he'll be a low B potential or a high C potential type of player. So we're going to go ahead and change him out. First, we'll go ahead and look at some outfield guys that we scouted and see if there are any that are pretty good. Nothing there. And Chris Bird from Canada doesn't look very good either. I'm going to go ahead and change this to the outfield East region. Alejandro will also be swapped out, and we're going to see who we want to take a look at next. How about Doug Adams from the Netherlands, a 21-year-old second baseman? We should be able to get him fairly close to 100% scouted in the first week, so that's what we're going to do there. Finalize that, and then in the next scouting session, I'm going to have to break down these pitchers and see, who needs to be scouted farther. As Mike Trout, Bruce Shen, we're going to go ahead and keep him active as we win this one 11-2. So let's see how we got it done here. Nolan Shanuel with a hit, but 3 hits for Aaron Hicks, 3 for Hoppy, and 3 for Mickey Moniak. 2 for Taylor Ward. His average is up to 215. Rendon 2-hit game. Just exploded for a lot of runs. Reed Detmers did pretty well. Luis Garcia, I mean, he wasn't getting any innings, and then out of nowhere, he is getting quite a few innings, and he has not allowed a single earned run so far. So can't really complain there. As Jose Soriano, we'll see what goes on with him. And then Jimmy Herget and Tyler Anderson. I really hope I didn't screw this up and Andrew Wantz not get innings, even though he should. Matt Moore, looks like he's getting a few innings here and there. A 10-5 victory here. Neto, 5 for 5. That's Zach Neto's best performance this season so far. Aaron Hicks with 3 hits, 2 for Moniak and 2 for Ward. Two more for Rendon and 2 for Chad Wallach. Michael Stefanik finally starting to die out a little bit with a 270 average. Rendon and Hicks both had home runs. Wantz did come in. He pitched quite well. Tyler Anderson pitched well at the same time. So therefore, since Stefanik is starting to struggle a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and look at the lineup. And I'm going to put Nolan Schanuel back in that position, especially seeing as how he is batting .256 now. Mike Trout still a little injured as Hicks has stepped in just fine for him, batting in the three spot and everything. Taylor Ward is getting at-bats here. I don't really like that. I'm going to give Joe Adele some at-bats. I don't want to, Trout's not going to be out for much longer. There's no reason to put Adele in the 3 spot, but we sweep the Milwaukee Brewers. 2 hits for Hicks, 2 for Ohapi and 2 for Ward. Rendon with 2. As Drury, Ohapi, and Ward all have home runs. Zach Plesac, another great outing and another victory. He's 9-1 on the season so far. Jimmy Herget and Carlos Estevez wrap everything up. Mike Trout no longer injured. Of course, we're putting him back in the lineup here. Maybe it's time to get him some games at DH. I don't know. We'll assess here. This video is going pretty long. It's hard to actually cover as much ground as I would like. So we're in the top of the 10th here. I'd love to play this game. The Dodgers win 3-0. I don't know how we didn't score anything there. I might have just screwed that up. I don't think so. Ohtani did play, and we're not going to play the Dodgers again this season, I don't think. Do we play the Dodgers again? That's what I'm looking for here. Okay, so we do play the Dodgers again in September, and we would be at home for those games. We have to make sure we play a game against the Dodgers. It'd be Shohei Ohtani coming back to Anaheim, just coming down the road pretty much to take on his former team. We have to play that game. I cannot forget. I didn't even really think about the fact that we were taking on the Dodgers here as we get swept in 2 games. But we will take on the Dodgers in September for a fact. That will happen in season 1. I don't care what anybody says. It's going to happen. As Doug Adams doesn't really look that good, so we're actually not going to screw around and waste time with him. We're going to go ahead and find somebody to scout. How about Mariano Castilla? 21-year-old. Let's go ahead and look at him. We actually discovered 4 more outfield prospects out of the East region. Maybe these guys will be good. Here is Willie DaCosta, a left fielder, 18 years old. Okay. Holy crap. Sean Skinner, a center fielder. He's 21 years old, but he's number 1 on our board. Adam Black, somebody we also discovered here, but it's Sean Skinner from Pennsylvania, who Mariano Castilla, no offense, buddy, but Sean Skinner is going to get scouted here. Man, I would love for him to be a dominant guy. That just got me really excited here. But I'm going to go ahead and look at these starting pitchers, make sure, is everybody getting scouted properly here? The East region probably needs a couple more weeks. I also think maybe the international guys need some scouting. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to continue scouting the East region here. I'm going to scout Sean Skinner, and that's what we're going to do there. We'll scout the East region a little bit longer for starting pitchers. Today is the end of the Southern League's first half. Therefore, Pirates called up Paul Skeens. So Paul Skeens is at the Major League roster now. That is quite exciting for the Pirates. Kyron Paris is playing a lot better at AAA now, .258 average. I'm actually pleased with that. Willie Calhoun still doing his thing. Adrian Placencia not really doing so hot. Might send Placencia down, and we might be calling up Werner Blakely. He's 60 overall. He's 22 years old, but he's playing very well. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm actually going to call Werner Blakely up to the AAA level. Placencia will go down. And then, so Werner Blakely will be at the AAA level, and Adrian Placencia will go down, not to the single A level, but to the AA level. So Ben Joyce is going to be added to the AAA roster here. So that is some exciting news as we need to make another couple of adjustments. But so we are about to lose against the worst team in baseball. We lose 3-2, then we win 3-2. Can we win the series against them? We have the bases juiced. We're down by 2, and we lose 5-4. Now we have a series here with the Tigers. Chase Silseth is going to be out for a couple of days. We'll go ahead and keep him active. No, we would not like to stop simulating, as we trail 1-0. Anthony Rendon at the plate, Luis Rengifo there, and we are going to lose 1-0. Silseth is healthy. But when you look at the month of June, it was just a very rough month. We are now 36-46. When it came to May, I was like, okay, we're having a very good season so far. June was the complete opposite. We really struggled. And we struggled to close out the month. We struggled to start the month. In the middle half of the month, we were pretty decent. And we actually do have one more game here in this month. I'm interested. How is Sean Skinner? He is number 1 on our board still. He's healthy. His injury risk is average. I mean, do you draft him number 1 overall? He can play shortstop as well, and left and right. He's very good defensively. His power is not necessarily going to be that great. His contact will be fun. He's going to be very speedy. Do you draft Sean Skinner with your first pick? As we found no more guys out of the outfield, we'll go ahead and go West Region outfield guys. And then, I don't know. That's what I'm going to be thinking about for a while here. What do you decide to do there? I'm going to go one more week for these pitchers out of the East region, then we'll go last week on international guys. Sean Skinner, though, number 1 on our board. He looks very exciting. The question is, do you draft him with your very first pick, or do you try and wait it out until the second round? We will go ahead and take a look at Mariano Castilla here. Can we finish the month with a victory? Zach Neto will be out for a couple of days. We are going to finish it out with a victory. The Brewers have called up DL Hall to the big league roster. And Sam Bachman here, he struggled. Hunter Dozier, he raked, but he's probably not going to get the call up. Chase Chaney did pretty well at the AA level. And Ben Joyce just got up to AAA level, but he is going to continue to dominate, though. That's pretty much a fact. As the draft is in 12 days, and we are now at July 2nd, I'm going to simulate one day. That is my birthday right there. If you guys didn't know, July 2nd is my birthday. So it's a perfect place to stop the episode. I've almost been going for an hour and a half. That's how I like to do it here. I'm going to have to go through and make sure everything looks good. But when it comes to scouting, Sean Skinner is the number 1 guy on our board. The question is, do we draft him with our first selection, or do we risk him getting taken by somebody else, and try and wait until the second round? That's going to be a big decision. Me personally, the way that I feel about it is he's number 1 on our board. We might as well draft him. Nobody else has him on their board. We'll see if what comes of it. It's a big decision we're going to have to make. Sean Skinner, he's number 1 on my board, but do we wait until the second round, or do we take him right away? That's the biggest question. When you go ahead and look at our lineup here, Mickey Moniak doing his thing. Everybody's doing pretty solid. Drury, not really seeing the power there. He's a very obvious trade candidate. Rengifo, 243 average. Aaron Hicks, 254. Sean Uel, doing a lot better. Michael Stefanik, he's struggling now. He's playing short because Neto's injured at the moment. But Taylor Ward, another trade candidate. He's really struggling. Joe Adele, he's just not really getting it done at the moment. The lineup has gone cold. Looking at pitching, only one guy has over a 4 ERA. It's been dominant. Tyler Anderson, would like to replace him. Jose Soriano, Andrew Wantz, Robert Stevenson, Matt Moore, Luis Garcia, and Carlos Estevez are all getting it done. There's one guy that's on his path to the big leagues, and that's Ben Joyce, so stay tuned for that. But that is going to end this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned, because in the next episode, we have the MLB draft and the All-Star break. I'll see you guys there. See ya.